sweet treats, this is All of the Sticks, and welcome back to Dear YouTuber. Well, technically this would be Dear Viner. So this is one that I kind of wanted to do for a little bit. He has that kind of personality that's a little infectious, and that's why a lot of people like him. And that's why I decided to do him for this Dear YouTuber slash Viner. So without further ado, Dear Thomas Sanders. I don't usually follow you on Vine. I mostly watch you on YouTube because I think I get a lot more out of you. I know that's a weird thing to say, but because you're like doing the performance acting and everything with plays, I get that feeling that it reflects more when you're doing YouTube and you're saying hi and welcome to everybody than when you're doing your Vines because you're just actually acting. When you're doing the YouTube vlogs, you're actually feeling a little bit more real, even though it's just basically challenge videos, little updates to your to what's going on with your successes, and that's really awesome. But it's still getting part of you but you're still having that big, grandiose, fun type of deal where we get to see how exciting you get. And I love watching your Vines because they're so funny, and I love watching the musicals because I can't sing a note even though I still watch them and listen to them all the time. I like doing what you're doing with the acting and with the performancing. I would not be able to do the performances though because I am very much stage fright. Like a big mass of people get the hiccups and then it doesn't turn out well. But like it's helped me bring me out of myself doing YouTube, doing my job. I get a lot more exposure to what I want to do, and it helps me like kind of come out of my come out of my shell a little bit. Because before I was doing YouTube because I really wanted to do a little bit more with what I have with voice acting and everything like that. And then I started doing it, and I like quickly grew to realize that a lot of people might be following me in the future. A lot of people are going to want to get the same exposure that you do, that Mark does, that the Game Grumps do, like Matt and Amanda, everybody. They all get that. They all get a certain level of exposure, and that's kind of terrifying to me in all sense. But it's like a thrilling. It's like a thrilling kind of worry in a sense because I know it would happen. It would make me scared, but I know it would happen, and that makes it a little bit more fun, I guess would be the best way to say it. And just thinking about all of that, it's impressive in its own special little way. And I can definitely imagine like the big change from moving from Florida to LA like you did, and it's just, or I don't know if you're still in Florida or not, and it makes me like feel so embarrassed if I got my facts wrong, but it's amazing, like, because I know you did take a trip to LA to do some music videos and to do some acting stuff, and that's like impressive in and of itself. I can't imagine moving from where I am right now to LA where it's big, it's loud, it's crowded, there's so much going on. I think I'd be a little bit afraid of that because I don't like that huge mass of people. I like being in my own little mass of people. But it's still very admirable what you're doing with the acting, with the singing, and just the fun stuff that you do on Vine. It's hilarious. It's something that it would be fun to just like walk up to somebody like, "So no one told you life was gonna be this way," and just see what they would do. Like, can you get that clueless? And then it like flashes in their mind like, "Oh, it's Friends. I need to clap." Or just doing stuff like that like you do. It's really fun. It's very spontaneous. It's a very good, I don't want to say social experiment because that's gotten a lot of those words have gotten a lot of bad cred on YouTube. But it's still something that's really cool and really very admirable for you to be doing. I'm using that word a lot. I need to get a thesaurus. But it's still really awesome what you're doing, and I had to give you ultimate props for that because you're awesome. And if we ever get a chance to like chat or something, I'd probably be gushing mainly on stuff you've done while you were acting, or while you're singing, because you look like you have a lot of fun and your comedy is hilarious. It's real, but it still has that kind of surreal sense to it that's funny. It really is funny, and for someone like me, I can laugh at almost anything. I can, and I do laugh at almost everything because I watch your videos. I watch a lot of other videos. Like my comedy goes from Monty Python to Adam Sandler to you to Kids with Problems. I'm dropping so many names here. But it's because my world is so expansive like that, I can enjoy different types of comedy, especially one of yours is one of my favorite types, because it has that surreal realism that people put in a situation, like with a lot of your vines, when you just drop it on people, it's like, oh, just come up to this person, I'm going to say this, and it's just like it's something that pops in your head immediately. It's a great, oh gosh, improvisation. And I like the improvisation because I can usually bounce off of people and say something funny, but it's very hard for me to say something myself. But when my brain does think of something funny, it usually does come out. Otherwise, I'm quiet. So I can see that having that little level of comedy is good for you, and I wish I could have that type of like quick response that you have as well. And I have to say that's very admirable for it. I keep using the word admirable because it is something that people who want to do stuff like that, it's something for them to strive for. Not always to like beat you, but to be able to work with you, to be able to think of a good idea with you, to be able to just do their own version. Like I can see some of the story times, and I can think of like how would I react in that situation, or what would I have said differently in that for that situation. And it's kind of funny the way that my brain thinks of it after you do, but it's it's something that would be very incredible. It's very funny, and I would love to be able to work with you on that at some point. So I have to say thank you, Thomas, for everything you're doing. Don't stop, because it's something that you and obviously enjoy doing, and it's something that it's good to work towards. So thank you, and don't stop being you. From all of the sticks. I do really like Thomas, and he's one of those people that he has that warm, like kind of, I don't want to say like puppy dogish, but it is kind of puppy dogish. He has that kind of energy, and he comes up with these things. Like I don't know how long it takes for him to come up with half of the stuff that he does, but when he does come up with it, it's like, oh, bam, 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 bam. What would happen if we do this? What would happen? What would this person do if I said this? What would they sing if I sang this? And it's just that really funny thing, like how many times do you have to just run up to a random person and say, take a look, it's in a book, for somebody to actually click and say Reading Rainbow. And it's funny that how people think like that, and people try to like embrace that, and it's very fun. It's awesome. So, but anyway, I thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you want to subscribe and see even more, push the subscribe button. Questions, comments, concerns, anything that you'd like, put them down in the comment section below the description. I will do my best to read over all of them and respond to them in kind. Have the best day that you want to have, and I will see you all in another video.